I wanted to share my experience with being scammed or being attempted to be scammed. I guess it's not over yet, but I want to share this now, and because I know that this does affect possibly thousands of people or more or something. And I just really want to share it so that if anybody out there is experiencing this, or somebody's like, hey, somebody's trying to scam you and you're looking it up, here you go. This is to prove it. I have personally seen what scam checks can do to people. They can ruin lives and they can ruin financial histories and all that. So don't even, think that it's worth it. It's not. One. So I was trying to sell things on Craigslist, and I've sold things for years on Craigslist. Big ticket items too. And I've just been really lucky, I think. Meeting people. I always was like, people are good-hearted, and I usually meet people during the day and things like that. So I just want to share this story and show you the red flags that I noticed, and then the steps that I took to, realize this and what happened. Because if this is happening to you, maybe it will help somebody out there that's being scammed, and they're trying to look to see if it actually is a scam. So I posted it. Today is Thursday. I posted this ad for these chairs on Saturday. So on Saturday, I got a message shortly after. I don't know. I'd have to check all the timestamps of posting and all that. But that night, probably a couple of hours max or something that evening, I got a reply or a text message, and it said, "Hi, my name is Matt. Still have it for sale. Pier 1 blue accent chairs, $100. So I was selling these chairs for $100. I said, "Hi, Matt. Yes, they are still available." He said, "Okay, interested in the set price. Would you accept a check as payment? Once it clears your bank, then I will have someone to come for the pickup." He sent that at 6:06. I didn't reply until 6:13 because I found it a little sketchy to begin with. Okay? That will happen. When this happens, you'll get that little intuition that says, not a good idea. So I said, "Okay, is it a personal check?" He said, "Yeah, sure. Let me have your name and address for the mailing of the check, and my mover will come for the pickup after the check is cleared and cashed." That was at 6:14, so he's moving quick. I was just really sketched out at this point. I was like, this is some stranger. He's not even going to come and pick it up. Why does he need to give me a check? This is weird. So I called my bank, and I went on websites, and I like to look for fraudulent, should you. It was about accepting checks from strangers, and whatever comes up on Google, that's what I looked at. And I called my bank, and my bank was like, you should use, those apps where you can just transfer money. They recommended to do that. And then also, if I did accept a check, I need to put it into an account that I don't really actively use. So I said I could put in my savings, and they said not to use it, not to use the money for 10 days. Okay. So he replied, so that was at 6:14. Then he replied back at 6:22 because, like I said, he's moving fast. And he said, "Hello." And I was like, "Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me send that." Because I was like, well, maybe I'll see where this goes, because I'm a little sketched out. But if it's just a personal check, it should be fine, right? So I said, "Can you give me your name and any other info so I can look for it?" Then I gave him my name and my full address, including my apartment number. And then I asked, "Are you local?" He said, "Thanks, please consider it sold. I will let you know once the check is mailed out. I will add extra funds for my mover that will come for the pickup, and you will make it payable to my mover after the check is cashed to arrange for the pickup." So this has been, I threw in the towel and I was like, this just isn't happening. There's too many red flags. And that one message, I mean, I was already sketched out and there's plenty of red flags before, but this was like red lights. Like, no. So the first flag is basically he's telling me how it's going to go. And when you sell stuff, you have to control the conversation and you have to control the transaction. That's the part of the seller. The buyer is the one that's like submissive in the relationship, where the seller is the one that's going to be more dominant. Seller is going to be, setting the price, setting when it needs to be picked up, buy, limitations and all of this, right? So that's anything that you buy from any store. There's going to be limitations that they can hold things until it's like forfeited, no matter if you bought the whole thing or not. If it's still in their possession after like so many, days, then you forfeit it and it belongs back to the store. So, it's like common sense. So that was like, no, red light moment. 2, he mentioned he was going to be adding extra funds to this check that was supposed to be just for $100 so that I can pay his mover. Okay, red light. That doesn't make sense. I mean, if you have a mover, you should be able to pay for your own mover. Like, you shouldn't have to like do the extra work of like sending me money and then that's weird. No. I mean, I was already sketched out because like he's paying with a check. I'm already sketched out because he's sending a mover that like, I don't know who that is. And then it's weird because like it doesn't even make sense. It says you will make it payable to my mover. I don't get that. So whatever. Then I said, I can't do that. I'm sorry, that is too much risk. Maybe it will work out if I have to pay your mover. I don't do things like that in today's climate, meaning it's like a dangerous climate. We're all connected by the internet. There's a lot of scams and a lot of like shady stuff that goes on, and it's basically making yourself vulnerable. That's what I mean by climate. He probably didn't get that though. Just, setting that straight. I said, I can wait for someone with cash if that is what you need me to do, because, I mean, if you're not going to pay me with cash, I'm going to wait for someone else because, like, you're not doing it. And then I said, sorry, but that doesn't work for me. And I don't think he really understood. The reason why I broke that down is because I don't think he understood, like, what I was talking about because, I think he just, like, understood that I didn't want to, like, I was, like, concerned with, like, paying his mover. Like, I didn't want to pay for his mover. I think that's what he got from it, because this is his reply. You are not paying the mover with your money. I will be adding the mover fee to the check too. So once you cash the check, you will deduct your money plus the running around as promised. So you will send the remaining money to the mover so he can come for the pickup. Thanks. Okay, so there's another red light in that one. It's not even a red flag at this point. Red flags were before. These are red lights. And that says, you will deduct your money plus the running around as promised. Now, I don't know what that means. I'm thinking these are all, like I said, you'll see what I mean. I think these are all like pasted and copied and they just are sent out to random people. I said, oh, I can't do that. Sorry for the disappointment, but I have no idea who you are. It is too uncomfortable for me. I will have to wait for someone with cash. Thank you for your interest. He never confirmed his name. He never told me if he was local. I said, then he replied, okay, SD. I don't know what that means. I did Google it, but nothing came up. So I just took it as okay. The next day, on Sunday, October 21st, 2018, that's when I got a copy of one of the messages from above that said, thanks, please consider it sold. We'll let you know once the check is mailed out. I will add extra funds for my mover that will come for the pickup, and you will make it payable to my mover after the check is cashed to arrange for the pickup. So I never replied back to this text message because I was like, I told you it's off. I could have replied back and said, look, there's no sale, but I didn't. I just kind of was like, hopefully it's going to go away. But these things, I guess, don't go away, do they? So Wednesday, I got another message from a different number, and it said, good morning. How are you doing today? The check will be delivered to your mailbox soon. Here's the tracking number I got from USPS. Let me know once you get it. Thanks. I said, who is this? Because I'm playing dumb. He said, this is Matt regarding the Pier 1 blue accent chairs. I declined your offer. I will not accept your check. They have been sold to someone with cash. They're not available. So I sent that text message before, but they're sold. They're no longer here. They used to live there on both sides of that table. They do not live there anymore. They're off in another world. Those chairs are gone. He never replied back. So I don't think he's expecting anything to happen from this check. I think, so I wanted to say that I got it in the mail today. He said his name was Matt. According to this, it's a Simon. So, it's Simon. I'm kind of covering up addresses. I don't really know. Especially my address. But I really want to share it, and I really want to open this on camera just to show you what's going on, and in case if you have experienced this or you think you might be experiencing this, this is what I'm doing with my life right now. So I open it. It's open now. I hope. And there's a check. Okay, so where it was sent from, what the address here is New Jersey. The address here for the check, I don't know if you can see that, is Salt Lake City. He's contacted me with multiple phone numbers. This check is for $1,000. No. So I'm gonna go online and I'm gonna report it with whatever I can. It says PNC Bank, but it's like not like a personal check. He said it was a personal check, but it's not a personal check. It's from United Behavioral Health, which I don't know what that is, in Salt Lake City. So that's like scary. And yeah, I don't know. It's not signed. How can I put it into the bank? Oh, I guess I sign it, right? I guess I sign it. I forget. I don't really cash checks anymore. You should see me at the bank. I'm like, here you go. And they're like, you gotta sign this. I'm like, oh, that's me. But this is not going to be cashed. Nope. But I don't know. And I don't know what the signature is. Yeah. It starts with an R, which is not an S, and it's not an M. So there's just too many pieces of information that do not match. So I really want to share this, let you guys know. This is what a scam looks like, and you shouldn't trust anybody who wants to send you a check ever. Let's stop cashing these dumb checks because they're only targeting, and this is obviously working. Reach out to people who are not on the internet. Reach out to people who are vulnerable, people who are older, people who, children or people, younger people who aren't aware of scams, you know, people who are in college, things like that. So these people are vulnerable for these, as well as people who are on the lower end of financial bliss, such as yourself, such as myself. So people who are vulnerable get these. I'm not desperate enough. I don't need the $100 that much. And guess what? I actually have it in cash. So I don't need this. And it's a fake check. So don't fall for it.